Hello there, good evening everybody. Discord is being one hell of a pain today, but we somehow managed to get around it, and thank God we did because the other option would have been to use Skype and I wasn't able to download it. So yeah, thankfully we were able to cheat the errors, cheat the system and get Discord working. We can't see any messages in Discord, so we have to communicate via Twitter when we communicate by text. But apart from that, we can still talk in voice chat just fine. We can still see the screen share just fine. So, hello there, George. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm good, and as we know, it is clearly Flo that has manipulated the system, as we all know. But at least he's managed to just for us, just for the OC, managed to allow the voice chat to be working for us. So I thank him very much for that.
No problem.
Yeah. Well, it's quite bad timing for Discord to have the issues. We were originally planning to play a little clip at the start of this stream, but yeah, now we can't do that. We weren't able to do that anymore, so it's gonna have to do for next season maybe or something like that. It was a spa-related clip, so it didn't make sense to post it anywhere else. But in any case, well, it was a very entertaining qualifying session yesterday, wouldn't you say? And let's take a look at the results of that qualifying session and the grid for today's race. On pole position, it is Kyle Burns, and it's Rahul Patel with the same time as who said the exact same time as him, who will take the lead into turn one. He's on the front row alongside him, whenever Josie. Next up on the row two, we got Duarte Grand Prix of Henry Watson and Luca Farina. Very good qualifying session for the pair of them. I think this is our Grand Prix's best qualifying of the season thus far.
On on row 3 of the grid, we have Santino and Andreoli for Prema, alongside him Gabriel Quintino for Campos. That is row 3. Row 4, we have Mohamed Usman Hamid for MP, with Max Skillen alongside him for High Tech. Row 5, we
Yes,
have. Oh,
yes,
sorry,
yes, yes. Juan Minguyen is in P9, looking to get some points on championship leader now that he's dropped down to 4th place in the standings. Nicholas Zorbach is alongside him in P10, looking to get some more points to his pretty small tally right now. Adam Chobot, the man who climbed up to 2nd in the championship, starts right outside the points in P11, and Joel Warson is in P12.
On row 7 of the grid, we have Ruslan Protsiuk, who won, of course, the last round and is now right in title contention. Alongside him is Vince Valdinger, currently second last in the championship and needs to have a good result this time round. Row 8 of the grid, we have Lorenzo Tomaselli and Hento Sinonomi for Campos and Carlin. Row 9, we have Alex Broster and Dennis Graff.
All
And
right.
on
Well, you read two more than you were supposed to, so I'll just have to do the last four of them. Hey, Aaron Kerr, the championship leader, is down in P19, and Joseph Eric Suto, not Sumi, is in P20. Jesus Pernian, another one of the top 5 in the championship, is down in P21, and Wojtek Kulisic is in the same place he is in the championship, which is 22nd and last on today's grid. Now then, let's see what the weather is going to be like today. It is going to be dry. Very small chance of rain, but after the end of the race, so it's not going to count. So then, George, are you excited for this?
Yeah, I am very excited for this. In a way, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually kind of hoping for like a wet dry race or a dry wet race, but nonetheless, it still should be pretty exciting. And yes, if I was yes, I didn't realize it was meant to be 4 in a row. If I was told this beforehand, I would have caught on to it, but I'm a bit slow. But nonetheless, we're
Well,
on
in
the
any
grid
case,
now.
it is time to get going. It is Burns on the left of the screen. He's got those 4 bonus points for Paul already, but he's definitely going to lose the lead to Rahul Patel, or is he? Time to watch and see what happens. The Belgian Grand Prix is just about to be underway, and now it is. Patel's got a good start, but I think he's actually got some wheel spin. Will Burns be able to hold on to the lead or not? And what a surprise!
And yep, Patel takes the lead around the first corner. Burns, I think Farina's actually got into second place as well. And again, that's not
Yeah,
really
indeed.
much of a surprise.
Dropped down to 4th. Everyone's kept it clean so far, it seems. The Dempseys are bringing up the rear of the field. But yeah, everyone's got through last horse fine, which is a surprise. Usually you see some contact there and some rear wings broken, but not this time around. Curtis has dropped down to 20th, I believe. He's been overtaken by Pernian. Meanwhile, Patel leads, but Farina hard on his heels.
Hamid trying to make a move for 7th place past Skillen, but he can't do it. Chobot actually moves
Chobot,
already up
meanwhile,
into 10th.
overtaking Gwen. Yeah, got himself up into that point position as now Curtis gets back in front of Bernie and he's gone up into 18th. The Dempseys are fighting each other at the back of the pack. Meanwhile, look at this. Farina has a lot of fuel, 16 laps in his wagon. He's going very long in this race.
Yeah, Burns has got a little bit less, so Burns will need to get past. Patel's got slightly more, so Burns got the lightest out of the three.
Yeah, indeed. So the onus is on him to push and make it count because he might be under threat later on in the race, especially in the second stint. And then it looks like Rosen Protzik was defending position into Fania as Tomaselli was holding on to his as well. The two Dempseys continue to scrap it out as Burns is very hard on the heels of Luca Farina. He's gonna have a shot at him into Blanchimont in the bus stop. Which way is he gonna go? He's going to the left.
Oh,
Could open the door for Henry Watzel to go around the outside. No, he wasn't close enough. Now he's making his shot. Well, he tried that shot, he couldn't make it work. It's now up to Burns. He's gonna go for the outside of the bus stop chicane. Will he switch? No, he won't try. He's gonna wait and make the move later.
Yeah, the field quite spread out actually after this first lap. As here comes
Brosnan trying to overtake Tomaselli, to no avail though. Looks like Patel's managed to eke out 6th cushion over Farina, as meanwhile Quintino is defending from Andreoli. Quintino had some bad memories here last season. He was supposed to score some very good points. He was on course to take P6, but he was involved in an accident.
I don't think Burns is quite close enough coming onto the Camel Straight to make a move unless he gets a good run out of El Rouge. However, Min is close enough to look at Chobot.
Well, let's see what he's got. Nguyen is going to try to make that move on Chobot, but first let's look further up front. Or not. No, it doesn't look like he's got him actually. But Nguyen might be able to get past Chobot. Protzik is also under attack from, I believe that is Joel Warson. Neither of them have made their respective moves work. Rosser is there in P17. It looks like he wasn't able to attack Tomaselli. Meanwhile, Burns lost some ground. He's in our Grand Prix sandwich, and Farina was able to put a good defense and back him up into what's up for goodness sake. Cookies to you if you can tell me where that team radio clip is. He's just backing me off into his teammate, fuck's sake. So yeah, if you can tell me that, you got a cookie. But in any case, Burns is gonna have to work a little bit harder if he wants to overtake Luca Farina.
Mexico 2016.
Which driver?
Vettel.
Yes, congratulations, Flo, you got a cookie.
Oh, thank you.
I would send you a cookie through the Discord messages, but yeah, about that. I can't right now, so I'll send it later.
You can send it through Twitter though.
No thanks. I don't like Twitter emojis.
Yeah.
But someone else might not like something else. Henry Watson might not like this predicament because he's under attack from Gabriel Quintino. But he's having another look at Farina, who almost hitting the back of him. Quintino at the bus stop had bad memories here last season. Now he keeps it clean. Hamid almost gets hit from behind by Zorbach, but not quite. Prozio keeps it tidy, trying to pass Nguyen but failing. Watch for Curtis here. He's making a move. The same place where Jamie Griffiths made a brilliant overtake last season. Curtis has made one pass, not three. Patel says the fastest time meanwhile.
Good job there from Curtis making that move. Patel so far has the pace, and despite all his self-deprecation, he currently is leading this race, believe it or not. But at the moment, again, Chobot is getting a point, which is crucial. Patel is up there winning, and he could get himself right into title contention if he does manage to win this race.
Well, he's in P7 right now. If I'm not mistaken, he's around about 30-something points behind. But with Curtis out of the points right now, Patel would gain a lot and cut that deficit massively. Meanwhile, Sinonome is making a move. He's overtaken Ben Svelling and gone up into 14th place at Lecombe.
Yeah, the two dams still Kulisek, unfortunately, still in last position, but Patel's gap now nearly 2 seconds over.
Farina definitely struggling for grip right about now. Is it due to his heavy fuel strategy, or is it just a genuine lack of pace? I think it could be the latter, considering Patel's fuel just one lap lighter.
Indeed, it is. Again, they're all spread out fairly evenly behind, so I don't know if there's going to be any moves.
Actually, looking at the minimap, looks like Farina's leading up a train. Now, the first time an Italian led up a train in car racing. If you know, you know.
The Zorbach is close behind Usman Hamid, and if he's quite close, which I don't think he needs to be a touch closer to get in the slipstream.
It's gonna have to be at the bus stop, but even so, He's not gaining enough.
No, not quite.
You need
He w-
Hamid to live to make it work. Meanwhile, Nguyen is still dueling with Chobot for the last point spot. Of course, it may be P10 right now, but if something happens up front, both of them will gain.
Coming into the chicane, and there's a bit of a battle going on. There's Curtis, who is going to make a late move on the inside of Tomaselli, but he can't quite do it.
Unfortunately, he couldn't do it this time. Meanwhile, Graf is still defending hard from his teammate, as Farina might be under some pressure. When we get to the Camel Straight, we'll see. Prozio keeping Warson at bay, as there's been a little bit of a lockup from Sunonome. In the meantime, Pernian is still trying to overtake Broster, but to no avail. He's not having a good time right now. Watching Nguyen here, he's trying something into Eau Rouge.
It's close,
That
but
was tight.
well, Walterson might attack Protsiuk as well.
Remember when I said Farina seemed to have inferior pace? Well, he's cut the gap up, back up to Patel by 2/10. But here goes Nguyen making the move on Chobot, and there's no answer for the spear. Straight line speed, he's got him.
And Watterson tries again on Protsiuk, but he still can't do it.
Nope, not quite. Here goes Suto, trying to get past Pernian, but couldn't quite get him on the brakes. The Spaniard was more confident. Meanwhile, Farina is not letting Patel get away too much. Looks like Watsa is the one putting pressure on Burns rather than Burns putting pressure on Watsa's teammate.
He is, and well, he might. Will he try and have a go? Well, I don't think maybe he'll make a move here, so he'll have to wait behind. So until the bus stop, that will be his next opportunity for an overtake.
Well, if you're brave enough, you can still make it into Blanchimont, just as Max Verstappen a few years ago. Actually 7 years ago now, but yeah. If you got the balls, you can make a more work in Blanchimont. Is Watzel gonna try it? Well, he tried, but it wasn't successful.
But he's still going to be close behind and going to the bus stop, so we'll see if he decides to make another move.
Is he gonna go
there.
left or right? He's going left. He's gonna switch. He needs to switch if he wants to take a position. Looks like Burns is shutting the door, and he's kept him behind.
And
Now look at this, and Nguyen's pulled a massive gap on Shaw, but he's almost second and a half in front. Brodsvik seems to be holding up a train in the meantime of 3 other cars. Curtis once again trying to overtake Tomaselli and failing in the same manner.
Brodsvik battling with his teammate Graf at the back.
Yeah, indeed, 1.7 in the front too, meanwhile. As Watzel is getting on the approach to Eau Rouge, and then up to the dead through the dead meme corner.
And yeah, just following on your point about the points, Rob. If it finishes like it is, then Patel would be just 4 points behind Curtis and would move up to second, as now Watzel takes third.
Yeah, he's made that overtake. It's 2 Grand Prix on the podium places right now, but Burns, I don't think he's giving up that fight yet. I think he's gonna bounce back, or at least try to. We have Suto in the meantime trying to make a move on his Pernian. Has he got him on the brakes? This time he's got him, yes.
Yes, he does.
Brodsvik still under a heap of pressure. I think Warson is trying to force an error.
And so again, the moment still kind of staying about nearly 2 seconds up front. So Farina's, I suppose, not letting Patel get away per se, but he's not closing the gap either. So
look at this. Meanwhile, Brodsvik had to go defensive and towards Buhon. Watson tried to take advantage, but didn't quite have the grip to make it work. Sonome sat nicely behind both of them. I think he's very eagerly looking for an opportunity, but just not being able to find it. I guess it could be the same case for Aaron Curtis here. They're in 17th. Yeah, he's got a mountain to climb right now, especially considering that Tomaselli impeding him is just letting the massive train in front get away. Watch out! Here goes Andreoli. Him and Quintino are attacking Burns together.
And
gonna dive past Quintino.
No, he backs off.
Least. Looks like Burns is actually struggling now.
Oh, Zorbach went wide there.
Too much. Yeah, looks like Zorbach has indeed. Meanwhile, Warson did not make any effort whatsoever to overtake Protsiuk there. Broster, meanwhile, gets stabbed from behind by Suto. I think a little bit aggressive on the defending was Broster, but no harm, no foul. In the meantime, Protsiuk once again defending to La Source. So is Tomaselli. His car's gonna make a light switch.
Ooh, no! A little bit of contact there as well. And Broster might go through here.
Yeah,
and yes, he does. Curtis goes wide, but only loses 1 place there, but
yeah,
still
just
unable to get through.
Graf and Kulisic are also getting onto this train. but it seems Soto is struggling a little bit. Meanwhile, Patel has increased the advantage to Farina up to 2.222 exactly. As here goes Watson, trying to make the move this time, and this time fails yet again.
Curtis
Curtis,
now going
meanwhile,
straight back. High.
trying to get back in front of Broster, which he does immediately. So once again, next target for him is Tomaselli. Watson shut the door there on Tsunome, who was trying to come through, but yeah, good defending there. Meanwhile, let's see further up front. Quintino is all over the back of Kyle Burns. Burns is struggling for grip. Look how much Watsels cleared them.
Wonder if Watson will be able to close up to Farina in second now.
It looks like it. Meanwhile, we're still on board of Gabriel Quintino. I think he definitely wants redemption after what happened to him here last season. And yeah, let's see if we can get the overtake down on Burns and move himself up into 4th place. But that'll split another 2 tenths on Farina in the meantime. So he has a pace advantage that's not big.
No, not entirely big. So Quintino, is he coming up to the bus stop? Is he going to then swap to the right?
He is.
Does try, but Burns holds him off.
Yeah, Quintino didn't think of breaking late. There, I think he knows bus stop is a very risky place, considering that's where he had his incident last season. So he's just sizing him up.
He has another look, although Burns defends quite hard into the source. That's going to allow Quintino to have a good run, coming through El Rouge and then onto the back straight. Although he's
all that movement all that defensive movement is not going to do Burns' tires any much good. As here we go up for El Rouge and Radion. Quintino is going to have a massive straight line speed advantage with the slipstream. He just needs to play out the slipstream and unleash the overtake. Has he got the overlap to clear Kyle Burns now?
Could be close. He might
on the
just
brakes.
about have it. And yes, he does.
That's Gabriel Quintino up into 4th place in this race. Meanwhile, Curtis has been gaining onto Tomaselli.
And actually, Watterson now tries on Protsuk again, but backs off.
What about his teammate, though? Can he finally clear onto Tomaselli? No.
No, still can't.
Watson,
Nope.
meanwhile, is 1.4 behind Farina, so let's keep an eye on that in the future. As now, Suto is trying to take advantage of Curtis's failed overtake. Curtis is shutting the door, though, and Suto thinks better of it.
He still can't quite do it, but at the moment, it was Watterson again tries at Protsuk, but fails, and then Sinanova is there in the background waiting to take advantage of this.
Yeah, indeed. Meanwhile, Chobot sitting in P11 nicely as Watsels gained for 2 tenths on his teammate, so he's making a push. Looks like Watson and Patel might be evenly matched, as Tomaselli takes a little bit of a dip in the second part of Fania. As now he goes through Stavolo. Definitely feeling some pressure from Curtis, who is right on his back, actually.
Oh, and so there's 3 other cars as well, as Andrioli looks at Burns, but fails into the bus stop, and so does Zorbak on Hamid.
What happened to the amazing pace Burns had early on in the race when he was pressuring Farina? It looks like it's all gone away.
And now Skillen trying to look at Andrioli.
No
coming
avail,
to the
though.
source.
Brosser had to jam on the brakes in the meantime to avoid a collision with Soto there, I think. Looks like Nguyen's caught up to this train meanwhile. He's on the back of Zorbak. Just have second down on him.
I think he's been generally quite close to them anyway, but I just don't think he's quite been close enough to make the move, though.
Well, don't forget that Nguyen spent the early laps of this race battling with Chobot.
So here's Skillen having to go at Andrioli. Has he got enough? The answer is yes, he has.
Got him on the brakes, and Mexican is up in 6th place. Ruslan Protsuk, in the meantime, still doing a good job defending, but defend is all he shall do right now. He's not going on the attack.
Can Curtis finally do it this time? The answer is he still can't.
Afraid not. He needs
really
some more
thought he had
confidence on those brakes. You're not going to win a championship like this if you don't brake hard when you need to brake hard, you know?
Yeah.
I think Curtis knows he's hemorrhaging points away if things stay like this.
Wonder if Quintino might be able to close up on Watzel and Farina, possibly.
I'm not sure. Meanwhile, look at this. Protsuk is holding up a major train of cars here.
Well, so I mean, see how far Tomaselli's back from Valdinger there. He's definitely very slow. I mean, once I think Curtis gets past him, he'll be free, but he's still been unable to get past him, despite trying to overtake him almost every lap.
The question isn't when Curtis will get past Tomaselli, it's if.
There is that, of course. Meanwhile, Zorbak trying on Hamid again as well, heading up into the bus stop.
He's going for it.
No, not quite enough though.
No, definitely not. Watch for Warson though. He's
Oh,
finally
makes
had
sense.
enough, and he's ran to the back of Project, but thankfully no damage for either party. Look at this in the meantime. Curtis trying to do the same to Tomaselli.
Nope, not able to do it there.
By do the same, I mean trying to overtake him, not trying to run to the back of him. I hope you understand.
So lots of different trains. Curtis again behind Tomaselli, but
I think he's getting very frustrated right now.
yeah. Meanwhile, Valdinger's closing up to the back of Sinanome, and not Tomaselli and Protsiuk, because
Watson.
and Watterson, yeah. So here's Watterson again, gonna try it.
Here goes take 506. Can he make the move this time?
Yes,
Finally.
he can. At last, he gets by into 12th. Can Curtis do it this time? Surely.
I don't think he has the overlap. He didn't. Protsi goes wide. Meanwhile, Sonome almost runs to the back of him. How did they not touch there into Brussels?
Not sure how they didn't touch there, but Curtis again just cannot, for the life of him, get past Tomaselli.
Major lock up there. What on earth happened there?
That was
it Curtis?
It was Curtis, yeah. Strange little mistake there.
Something's up with him today.
Ooh. Now he's allowed Suto to get on the back of him as well and make pressure, so he's going to have a look.
Extremely bold.
But he can't do it. He's lost ground to Tomaselli, but he'll gain that up very quickly. Oh, and wait, Sinanome, I think I just saw past Protsiuk.
Has he?
Yeah, I just saw it on the graphic, actually.
Yes, he has got him. Let's see where he's made that work. No way, they're in the Puhan, incredible.
Yeah, Protsiuk went very wide and just said thank you, and Sinanome said thank you very much and went right through.
Tried this exact move 100 times. He never made it work once, but Sinanome makes it work first chance he gets.
Also, Protsiuk did make a mistake, so that explains why. That helped Sinanome get through.
That's true as well. Looks like Protsiuk will have to deal with Ben Wallinger next. As Wallinger's team, as a matter of fact, Santino Androli is trying to get back past Max Skillen. He's going to go for the outside of the bus stop, which is predictably not going to work.
Farina has got the gap down a little bit to Patel, actually. It's down to just 2 seconds.
And he's caught, he's closed by a tenth on Watts, so he's gained by a tenth on Watts. It's 1.3 now. Wallinger can't make it work, meanwhile, and neither can his teammate. But he's very close to back as Skillen. He might have a very solid shot when we get to Lacombe, of course.
Yeah, pit stops are going to start to happen soon.
Watch out here.
Going to go for it. Can't quite do it though.
No, that was looking very touch and go for a second, but Protsiuk is able to keep him behind well.
Is Adrioli going to have another go at Skillen? I don't think he's going to have quite enough, or is he? Unless he goes really late on the brakes.
Well, let's see.
No, he doesn't.
He didn't want to try risking it seems. Front three appear to be evenly matched right now.
Yeah, it seems so. Again, they're all evenly spaced out at the moment, and will Curtis finally get past? Surely, look at the momentum
he's getting massively on straight line speed. He's surely got him this time.
Finally, at last, he is through.
Yeah. Up to the 16th, he goes only 6 more places between himself and the point. I think he even locked up here a little bit.
He's pitting pretty soon as well, actually. So.
Around about 2 laps time, I dare wager. Here we have Santino Androli. Next target for him is Max Skillen, and after that, Kyle Burns, who's been hemorrhaging places so far this race. Androli was in front of Skillen. He tried to move on Burns, and because that move failed, Skillen was able to take the position from Androli. Now the Frenchman's going to try to get back.
Oh,
Suto has a problem.
Made a mistake, and he's actually pitting on this lap, actually. Oh,
yeah,
did he get a
problem?
I'm
not sure.
I think he did, actually. Did he? Yeah, there was a contact there, actually. Very lucky that they didn't. They didn't lose any wheels there, or parts of their wing.
Broster very ambitious. Very ambitious there and aggressive. He's got away with it somehow. So when I said Suto has a problem, well, the problem was he went off the track, but he doesn't have any mechanical issues, or so it seems. He'll be pitting the same time as the first pit stoppers of the day. As meanwhile, Hamid is keeping Zorbak at bay, and not just him, but Nguyen is trying to take advantage as well. Farina's got the gap by 32 tenths. Meanwhile, as Androli is sending it now,
Oh, makes
right into the
contact.
back of Skillen.
They keep it together though.
Yeah, indeed. What about Tsunonome? He's going to come into the pits. He's going to try to get what? Hang on hang on a second. When did no? He never. I was thinking when I was going to say when did the Tsunome get passed by Warson, but that was Protsuk he overtook, not Warson. Warson was in front the entire time. But in any case, Wallinger is attacking Protsuk now that I speak of him. And we got some people in. Suto is one of them.
Get
I
Tsunonome
think
in.
Tsunonome is in as well.
Yep.
Trying to jump Warson.
Roster will pit this lap, and so will Perrin in. The gap Patel to Farina has actually gone up by a
That's
couple of tenths again.
7.6 for Tsunonome. Let's see if we can make this undercut work or not. As Broster is high on the heels of Lorenzo Tomaselli, will it take him as long as it took Curtis to make the pass, or not so long? Quite a lot of pit calls actually in the front half of the pack. So let's see what's gonna happen.
Can he do it, Roster? The answer is no, he can't.
Tomaselli very at ease on the brakes.
So Burns, Skillen, Adrioli, and Hamid are all coming into the pits this lap in the top, the lower reaches of the top 10.
Don't forget that Skillen and Androli are in a proper battle right now, as Warson tries to get past Skillen's teammate, Adam Chobot, but he's kept him behind Puan nicely. Warson needs to be aware that if he wastes too much time behind this guy, he could be jumped by Tsunonome.
Just a note, by the way, Watsel's less than a second behind Farina, so he's caught up quite quickly.
Yeah, indeed. Also to note, Curtis will come in. You can see red indicated there, means your teammate's gonna come in.
So, as Waterson will probably have a go. So Zorbak obviously been stuck behind Hamid this whole time, and now finally have a chance to.
Well, Hamid is gonna come in this lap.
Yeah, so he'll finally have
Looks like these guys are catching up quite big time to Androli. As there goes Androli and Skillen in the pits. Chobot still keeping Warson at bay.
Oh, they made contact as well.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an argy-bargy, but thankfully no damage dealt. Let's see if Androli can get the jump on Skillen. Very quick step, 6.3 for Burns. He'll be in front of all these guys, of course. Androli stopped 6.1, but I think he might have had to wait a little bit.
He was quite slow, it was only 7.9.
Yeah. Protsuk, meanwhile, is still stuck on the back of... No, sorry, Wallinger is still stuck on the back of some Protsuk. My apologies. But in any case, Protsuk might be stuck on the back of him if Wallinger makes this move now.
He's going to go for it. Has he got quite enough? Don't think so. The answer is no, he doesn't.
No, not quite. Meanwhile, look at this. Broster rejoins right behind Suto. Suto is yet to make his pit stop, of course.
No, Suto's made his stop.
I was thinking about Zorbak, not Broster. Those two guys were racing each other, so Broster has been jumped by Suto. Meanwhile, Zorbak is still holding off Nguyen.
Valdiga now again on the back of
He's gonna go for it.
He's got quite enough. No.
Tried to make the same move as sent to Tsunonome, but he couldn't quite get the job done. Continua is looking nice and tight in P4. If he'll have a chance to fight for the podium, I don't know, but here you have the Art Grand Prix cars fighting it out.
Watsel's pitting this lap.
That Watzel comes into the pits. Careful, boys, your teammates. And there's Patel in front. The gap's been narrowed down a little bit, I think. Meanwhile, Nguyen pressuring Zorbak. They're on the same fuel load, so identical strategies. It's a straight fight here.
There's a look to Nguyen, but he can't do it.
Okay, no, they're not on identical fuel loads, but similar. Here goes Warson once again on Chobot, once again failing to get the job done. What about Wallinger and Protsuk? Ooh, that was very close to contact as we're on the halfway point of this race.
So So Watzel now comes out of the pit. So
7.1, that's not too good. If he wants to jump his teammate, that's not going to help him so much. But let's see if he emerges in traffic or not. He emerges right behind Joel Warson. But crucially, he's in front of Ruslan Protsuk, so you don't have to deal with those guys.
So again, the gap up a little bit up front, 2.5.
Meanwhile, Sinonome's efforts to jump some other people may be halted by a certain Wojtek Kulisic, who's holding him up right now. He's going to need to pass him quick.
Can't do it through El Rouge there, so I have to wait until the Camel's straight.
Well, he's gaining a lot in the slipstream. I think he's going to be able to get him. Meanwhile, Broster is going to try into a Rouge on Pseudo. Can he get the job done?
Ooh, that was close.
No, Zorbak is going to come in this lap, by the way.
And
so
Sinonome does make it through.
Kulisic, yes. So if he wants to jump those other people, now it's his shot.
So
2.5 between the leaders as Warson is going for it.
But him and Chobot pitching, I think.
Look who's behind him. It's Watson who is being impeded by him. This is not good for Watson if he wants to jump Farina.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it won't be held up for them much longer because they're both pitting, which is going to be a relief.
Yeah, indeed. But even the tiniest bit of time lost behind these guys can be costly. Especially if he's impeded at the bus stop, which can get rather slow with the AI here. Speaking of AI approaching the bus stop, here we have Nguyen once again trying to get past Zorbak. Will he succeed this time? He has to be bold on the brakes to make it work. He doesn't try. Zorbak is going to come in anyway this lap.
Waterson again tries on Chobot, so it'll be a pure pit stop battle between those two as Zorbak is in. Finally, Nguyen is free as Watson, I think, got a little bit held up there, I think.
Yeah, but he's cleared both those guys. As Burns, meanwhile, is racing with Ben's Wallinger. Wallinger yet to pit, of course. Burns has pit and this is costing him big time because Max Skillen is right here. He's fighting Burns for position. And all this is helping Wallinger's teammate Santino Andrelli close up to a pair of them. Andrelli had a slower stop, and now he's trying to gain back up to these guys. Yeah, Zorbak stays in. Well, he wasn't in a pit stop battle with anyone. He's had a slow-ish stop though, 7.4. And look where he emerges. Right in front of Hamid. This is going to be very close.
And he is
because Hamid will have the overspeed into a Rouge. Can he make it work?
Oh, no. And then Sinonome is, of course, right there, so...
Sinonome made massive gains to be right behind Zorbak.
And meanwhile, Burns does pass Valdinger.
He needed to do that, otherwise Skillen and Andrelli would have come after him.
Sinonome is quite quick, actually. So is he going to try and pass Hamid here? And
definitely tried, but he can't pass him.
And all pits also Patel is in, Nguyen.
Just a moment, Zorbak is going for a move onto Maselli.
Because Protsuk was the other one, I think, and there was one other one I saw that was pitting this lab. But crucially, the race leader.
Protsuk's gone wide! Once again, a pull on. And Burns, I think he's had one scare and a half there. They've actually touched.
Wow. That was
How did they get away with no damage, both of them?
That was very, very lucky. I mean, how they managed to get away without any damage, I don't know, but Burns was going for it.
From Burns. He had just cleared Wallinger. He didn't need to push so hard out of the bat. And now look at this. Skillen is right behind. Skillen has overtaken Wallinger. He's going to try to get Burns here too.
Yeah, that helps Skillen quite a lot, actually. And I think
Wallinger's made way for his teammate. Nice teamwork here.
Adriani managed to get through there.
Yeah, indeed. And into Fania, now positions change hands.
So
Zorbak's cleared Tomaselli in the meantime. I think he's down in Puhan. As seen by the cameras.
And yes, he did it. Yes, he did. So I think there was only contact in this one, and no, this was a clean overtake. So good job there from Zorbak.
Yeah, indeed. If he wants to avoid being jumped by Nguyen, this is exactly what he needs to do. Now he needs to push and use those fresh tires to their fullest. Meanwhile, Skillen is right on the back of Burns, who's right on the back of Protsuk. Things getting interesting. But meanwhile, the race leader is in. Rahul Patel comes in for his one and only stop of the day.
It's been a pretty flawless race from Patel so far. That stop.
7-second stop.
I don't think he's going to be in danger though, unless Farina has really hyped up the pace of his car. But yellow flag! Oh, yellow flag! What's happened?
The day before, And it's for
Protsiuk.
Protsiuk. He's been taken out by Burns.
Oh,
They've
Burns.
collided again on the same lap. Are you kidding me? This is Cold War II. Electric Boogaloo, and my goodness.
And just
These
as
guys can't seem to stop running into each other today.
Protsiuk had got himself back into had got into title contention, he's not back out of it, but this is not going to do him any favors.
And Burns' run of point scoring finishes comes to an end. He was on pole position for this race, and now he's the first retirement.
We're
So
Skinner
let's see what happens.
a long stop actually there. I don't know if he had damage or not. I think he did actually.
He did, yeah, he did.
Oh, was he the cause of all this?
Let's see what happened.
So let's have a look. And it was, yeah, I think it
Oh
was
my
Skillen.
goodness.
Skillen has just absolutely steamrolled
Hold on.
into the
Did
back
Skillen
of
get
Burns.
pushed from behind, or was it his doing?
No, Skillen was definitely not pushed from behind. Adrioli wasn't close, so yeah, I think Skillen has just completely wiped them both out there.
This is the Prima Masterclass. Because Androli's opposition has wiped itself out. But yeah, that was very hasty from Skillen. I don't think Burns and Protsiuk had any blame in this at all. They're just innocent passengers in this one. Wrong place at the wrong time, really.
As I said, it's good news though, so for Adrioli, he's the one who's gained quite a lot out of this. Meanwhile, Hamid is passing, who's this, Tomaselli, or attempting to. Tomaselli's going to be one of the last ones that pit. Farina and Quintino are going to be pitting this lap, and Patel surely is still going to be in the lead, but I wonder if Farina will still be in second. And let's not count out Quintino as well. This could be quite an interesting end to the race coming up. The last 10 laps.
Don't forget, Watzel is trying to go for a massive undercut on these guys. With those fresh tires, we'll see if he can make it work or not. Obviously, he'll be vulnerable to a counterattack in the second stint, but if he can get that track position, he might have come a long way towards winning this race.
Yes, so as we look at Hamid once again behind Tomaselli, who's been holding everyone up.
On the mini-map, I wonder, is that Watzel close to Patel? Approaching the bus stop now, as Farina and Quintino have come in. And look at this, Watzel is much closer to Patel now, it's just 1.4 down. This is going to be close between their Grand Prix cars.
We could have a four-way battle for the win here. Farina
we might very well have 7.6. Quintino's stop seems to have been just as good. Obviously, the front two have gone through. Watzel jumped his teammate.
Yeah, Farina is behind. He's ahead of. So Quintino's at a comfortable P4. So yeah, we could have a good four-way battle for the win here, because
and don't forget, Farina and Quintino will have fresher tires than the other two. So even though they lost some time, they can definitely make it back up.
And again, Thomas, who I don't know if he's pitting this lap. He should be pitting this lap. Oh, he's gone wide. But Hamid isn't able to take advantage.
He's not doing Hamid any favors, so Notma is going to try to go after him, maybe down to a Rouge.
Yeah, I mean, Sidonovi's been also a big gainer here, managed to get himself all the way in the points at this moment in time.
Down to 6 seconds behind Patel, so it looks like the undercut was superior here today.
Again, there's still plenty of time to close up, as Valdinger's going to look at Graf, but can't do it.
Watch for Sonoma now. Hamid closing the door. He's gonna go off the track.
He's gonna make it through. So Sinanome really on a mission here. Good move there. He was gonna get that done.
Very incisive, and Hamid only just kept the wheel on the track there. Lucky not to lose 2 places because Chobot is right behind as well. Meanwhile, here goes Valdinger trying to clear Graf,
and he's gonna do that pretty easily. So it was 6 seconds actually to Watson, but it's now 4, so I'll be interested to see what the time is in the second sector if he'll gain. Okay, never mind. We're looking at Hamid now under pressure from Chobot. And
looks
behind...
like Watson can't keep pace with Patel, but Farina can. He's got 7 tenths for Patel's advantage.
But look who's behind those two was Aaron Curtis, who now is in a shout for some points actually. So from the back...
It seems Gwen has jumped Zorback in the meantime. Now he's having a look at Andrioli.
As they're coming up to the bus stop chicane. He's going to try it, Min. He's going to swap to the right. He is going to go for it. He's going to try the move, but he can't quite pull it off.
Very aggressive, very close to contact. But when you're running for a championship, you need to be aggressive. As here goes Adam Chobot. and Joel Watson behind. And Curry's catching up to these guys. He's gonna catch up to his teammate right about now.
Oh, so I thought Curtis was P12, actually he's P13, so that's my apologies.
And Grant had a look in last source, but it cost him some time as Tomaselli is finally in. Look at this, meanwhile, Farina's making major gains on his teammate, it seems.
And he has a look, Watterson, at Chobot. Can't do it.
No, I guess not. In the meantime, Tomaselli is going to merge out the back, it seems, but he will have the benefit of fresh tires. If you remember David Kupok here a few seasons ago, he did wonders on fresher tires in the wet conditions.
I mean,
I'm talking about GP2 now in the top class, of course.
Yeah, Skillen trying to make.
Had a look into a Rouge, but couldn't quite get it done. Obviously, that damage took him out of the running for points. Now he's just gonna have to make do with fighting for scraps, really.
And he makes it past Graf pretty easily there. Farina, by the way, is only 2 seconds off of Watzel now, so I think Watzel could be under pressure in about 3 laps if he keeps at this pace. I don't think he's got it. Yeah, maybe even less. Yeah, it's a long circuit. So yeah, probably in about 2 then.
In any case, it'll be a very interesting call for our Grand Prix to make. Will they let Watzel hold on to second, as Perignon keeps Wallinger behind very nicely here? What I was going to say, are our Grand Prix gonna let Watzel hold position, or will they tell him to make way for Farina, who can charge for it, go for the win maybe?
Oh, and
Zorbach, he's got the right back to Nguyen. The Vietnamese driver may have got the jump on him, but Zorbach's gonna try to come back.
As Joe pointed out actually in the chat, Watterson's actually passed Chobot for P10.
Yeah, he has. And look at this, Farina is 4.9 behind Patel. He's within a second of his teammate. Are those dots of rain I just saw on the track, or am I tripping?
No, I thought I saw it as well actually. As Nguyen gonna try it into the hairpin again.
Extremely aggressive. This is gonna help Zorbach immensely.
See, Zorbach's now right there behind Nguyen. And also, Joe, if you could put the current point standings in the chat, that would be much appreciated, because I'd be interested to see how it's shaping up.
Watch out for Waldinger, he's trying to get past Perignon here.
Ooh, and I think, well...
Only just slightly touched. It's a lot smaller contact than it should have been. But in any case, Zorbach's come from Nguyen.
And Zorbach passes Nguyen there for 6th place.
Has the game just crashed? No, it hasn't.
No. It's just a little bit of just out of there. Meanwhile, Watterson's going to try it on Hamid, but can't quite do it. And Waldinger is going to...
Waldinger again, trying to let Comp. Can he get Perignon? No, he can't. Curtis, meanwhile, P12, just 2 places away from point.
So now Adrioli under pressure from Zorbach and Nguyen, who's still there, who could still gain back another position.
Indeed, I think Nguyen was extremely hasty to try that move into the source. That's the reason why Zorbach was able to overtake him on the run to the comp, but this fight is by no means over.
Oh, hello, look at this battle for second. Wow, Contino, so big battle for 2nd place now, so I think Patel is... The gap's 6 seconds, so Watzel's clearly not got the pace. This is the battle about who gets second. Nguyen dropped a little...
Farina was 4.9 behind Patel just a lap ago. Watzel is incredibly slow. He's harming his own teammates' chance of the race win. Here goes Zorbach.
Gonna try it, but can't quite do it there. He's got to be careful because Nguyen is still there. Yeah, and Quintino's passed him. Quintino's got past Farina.
What is Watzel doing? He's ruining his own teammates' race here.
And... So wow, Quintino was really far back actually. Look how far back he was.
Yeah.
And
I think Luca Farina will be fuming at this because his teammate just kicked him off the podium.
So now can Quintino go and get Watzel for 2nd? Here's the big question. So.
Never mind Watzel. I think Patel could be under threat if Quintino makes a move quickly.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's going to have enough time.
Farina is making big gains on Patel though. So
if he gets past him in the next lap, he's got a vague chance. But if he doesn't, then I don't see it happening. As Broster tries it on Curtis into the source, but he can't quite do it. Zorbach now going to try. And,
Real estate, he's gonna make his way past Andreoli, nice and easy.
yep, and he's through up into 5th place. So Ken Legoyan gets 6th off him there. As
Watzel is being Garho Patel's knight in shining armor, it seems, right now.
So Frederick Suter now going to go make a move for 13th. And he's going to go past Broster there.
Indeed. Meanwhile, further back, the two dams who have been battling all race continue to battle.
As Kulisek now is passed in Graph, and he does. And by the way, as Joe's pointed out, the chat Discord is now properly working again, which is great news.
Thank goodness.
So
look at this. Watzel still holding up these guys immensely.
So I mean, I mean, Quintin, if he wants any chance, and I don't think he's. Oh, and hang on, Farina almost snuck through back past Quintino there. But
it's now or never.
Yeah, he needs. If he doesn't get it done now, then Patella's won this race. So he needs to get it done on the Camel Straight. 'Cause if he doesn't, then that's it. It's over. But I just still don't think he's going to have quite enough time.
I think he's going to try beforehand.
I'm not sure. No, he's not going to try it there. And Legoyan, makes contact with Adrioli, but still can't make it stick.
Just. But Watzel, I think Farina will be massively angry at his teammate right now. Watson is colliding with him out of the race.
And Chobot is through up into the points, and I think
Curtis is up into the points as well.
Yep, I was just about to say that. Yeah, Curtis is up into the points as well.
Interesting tactics from trying to give their lead driver a point. I'm just kidding.
Yes, Curtis now up into 10th, and he's right behind Chobot as well. That could be important in the points. Quintino still wasn't able to get past, so again...
please remember who Chobot is, because he's the man second in the championship.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. I had not forgotten that, so... so this could be a key move for Curtis here if he gets past Chobot.
Yeah, but don't forget, Nguyen is further up front. He's not in striking distance, but Curtis, if he can get a leg up on Chobot, that'll be good for him.
Has he got enough? No, not quite. Meanwhile, Valdinger's having a good second stint, and he gets up into 13th. He passes Perrin.
Looks like the fresh tires are indeed OP right now.
Yes. Hey, come on, Ra, don't be like that. Come on, man. Don't be like that. So, I mean, Watterson, he tried on the inside of Hamid. He was there on the curb. I mean,
he just turned into him.
I mean, Hamid didn't really give him much. Well, no, I didn't think Hamid really gave him much room, to be honest. He'd already turned, and it's one of those things, I think.
Yeah, but Watterson has taken them both out of this race, whether it's his fault or not. That's what happened.
Yeah, that is the gist of it, I think. Yes. Ra, I expect some positivity, man. But anyway, Curtis failed to make the move.
Yeah.
And well, more importantly, Quintino still hasn't made it. So I think time is running out.
Well, those guys are onto Blanchimont now, Farina as well, and yellow flags have been lifted, so the move is fair territory. 8.9 seconds. Watzel absolutely ruined Farina's chances at the win here.
Yeah, and I don't think Quintino is going to be able to close up the Patel in time. He'll close up, but he won't get it in. And by the way, Flo, who does Patel still have the fastest lap or not?
Yes.
He does still have the fastest lap. Okay. And meanwhile,
Nguyen.
Quintino has the fastest lap.
Oh, Quintino. Okay, Quintino has it. So, yeah. Again, Quintino.
Don't forget, Farina was 4.9 seconds behind Patel. And because of Watzel, he's over 9 seconds down, so not good teamwork here at all. In fact, both of them are going to be overtaken by Quintino now. Farina has already been passed, and Watzel is getting passed now. Now let's see if Quintino and his OP tires can chase after Patel or not. 9.2 seconds. Maybe very unlikely, but who knows, really.
Yeah, I just don't see it happening. It'll close up. I think it'll get to about within 5 seconds, but I think that's about it. But you never know. I mean, Patel's tires could absolutely fall off a cliff in the last couple of laps, but...
In any case, I think Farina will be fuming after this race, regardless if he gets third or not.
Yeah, just looking at the points at the moment, so just reading it from the chat. So at the moment, Curtis would be leading with 92, Patel 86, Chobot 82, Nagoin 78, Prodsik 77, Farina 76, Perrin 71. Oh, and crucially, actually, here's Suto, who's going past Curtis. So Curtis will now have 91. He'll have no points from this, so that's good news for Patel.
Does Patel's tally include the fastest lap points or not? Because he doesn't have it anymore.
And
As meanwhile,
oh,
Prosper has just hit
ooh.
Curtis, but thankfully he doesn't lose control of the
But
car.
Quintino has the fastest lap.
I know. I think Joe's
what?
tally might include when Patel had the fastest lap earlier. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. In any case, Nguyen is going to try to have another look. But we need to check the gap to see just how far behind Quintino is. 5 laps to go for our race leader. What just happened? Watson took back the position. What on earth?
Wow, okay, I was not expecting that. I thought Quintino would just steam away, but wow, Watson just went for on the inside, and Quintino, wow,
Did
again.
Quintino make a mistake earlier in the lap? Because I don't think he should have been this close, Watson.
Ooh, did he?
Looks like it,
Well,
yeah.
he did make a mistake.
Oh god. Watson has been a thorn in everyone's side in the second half of the race. And there has been a thorn in the game side as well because he just made a crash, hasn't he?
Yes.
Oh no! Oh, we were doing so well. We're just 5 laps left.
Yes.
Oh,
Ah.
we almost did it, but hey, it happens. It happens.
My goodness. What? I think if Rahul holds on for the win, he will have to thank Watson every single day.
Yes. No, Ra, it's not you. It's Watson. Actually, no, technically it's Rob because Rob said Watson has been a thorn in everyone's side. So technically, you could blame Rob and also Watson. But
Blame? Well, in any case, we're gonna try to get the game back.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, we got it back, thankfully. And the race is gonna continue now. I think everybody in the fight for second has been botching it up today. I don't think any of them wanted to win this race. It was definitely on the table, but Watson impeded everybody.
Right, so just 5 laps to go in this, and meanwhile, Nagoin is
Because
going to
been very aggressive on the brakes. This time he couldn't get him.
continue. He's fallen a little bit back actually, so I don't know if he can actually be quite close enough to make a move on the front straight. And I don't think he is actually. So.
I think he's lost a lot of time into the source. Watch for Farina. No, he's not close enough either.
Oh, and Frederick Suto
is definitely close enough.
and he's
what
made
a
it.
move past his compatriot.
So Joseph Frederick Suto having a good end to the race as well. And
Indeed. Watch out here. Chobot is under attack from Curtis for the last point spot. And Skillen's got back up to all these guys. He's in 15th. Even he might have a shot at a point. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he'll have a chance. Well, I mean, he'll probably get in a couple of positions, I suppose. But Curtis is not quite close enough to Chobot on the straight. I think he's just about catching his slipstream now, but he's not going to be able to get past him here. Which he is not.
No, definitely not. But he's got 5 laps, so left to try something.
So 18 cars still left in this race. And so Curtis, I mean, he could try it into Puon.
We should jump back to battle for a second and see if anything new happens. 9 seconds, Watson is actually getting onto Patel, and you saw how slow Watson was.
I mean, it just, if Quintino didn't make that mistake, you know, I mean, he would have easily closed. As
Here comes Curtis!
Nope, not quite. And now they've got Broster right behind as well for company.
Farina's dropping back. He's slowing down a little bit. 4 laps to go.
I think I saw the gap actually, Sinanome to Min. It was only about 5 seconds. Could Sinanome even close up to Min? I don't know, but Quintino's a little bit closer now.
Out for podium contention.
Yeah, he's quite a bit back now, but Quintino's Min is going to have a go again. He's really going to go for it.
Incredibly close. Mangioli's been forced onto the curb and going to complete the move around their last corner and the outside. What a brilliant move.
Yeah, he needed that.
He goes.
I mean, there's Sinanome in the background as well.
We need a replay of this, man. That was incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he was very aggressive. He wanted to get that move done.
I thought he was going to crash him out, but thankfully he didn't.
I thought I was waiting for that to happen, really. In the top 10, all movers apart from Adrioli is down 2. Frederick Suto as well was on the second, nearly on the back row of the grid, and he's up into the point. So shout out to him. Sinanome as well moved up 8 places, up into 8. But again, that's crucial also for Min in the points, and I think the points chosen in the chat, I assume, is the current updated ones. And I don't think.
No, I think it's right before he made the move, but I'm not sure in either way.
Yeah, because if he has, then I think he'll. Oh, that was after. Oh, he said he was after he made the move past Adrioli, so that is the updated points.
Well, okay then.
It's very.
In any case, Curtis still looking after that. The rear of Chobot's car. He's going to be desperately trying to get that position because Suto is out of reach. So we have 1, 2, how many people all in contention for 1 points place?
Yeah, I mean, Watzel actually has gained another half.
Like 6 people. And Broster's trying to make a move.
Watzel gained another half a second on Patel, but I don't think it's not going to matter. But again, imagine if Quintino had got past and not made that mistake. I think maybe he actually even still could have caught Patel. But
yeah, 3 laps to go for Hopetan. He just needs to bring it home nice and tight, as Quintino is furious. Henry Watzel has been the kingmaker today. I think Quintino is absolutely fuming at the result of this.
And he's not quite. I think he's lost a little bit of pace as well. I mean, Farino is not going to be able to get anything from this.
Gwen is gaining on Sorbat, but he doesn't have enough time.
Curtis again going to try it on Chobot into the chicane. Is he going to go for it? And all his contact. But they keep it together.
That's all there was to it.
And actually, Curtis might even try and pass Chobot here. He got a terrible run out of the bus stop. Is he going to do it around the outside? The answer is no.
That was always a long shot.
Oh, and now look at that. Oh, and he's really kicked himself in the foot there. And kicked himself in the back.
Second the place.
And he's kicked himself in the backside there.
Is it going to be 2 last places for Curtis into a Rouge? No, just the 1.
And Curtis is going to be angry because he has cost himself now probably a chance of a point. And every point counts. And Broster might even try and have a go at Chobot here. Look at the amount of stitching. I think he's going to do it here, Broster. And look at that.
He's getting braking right.
And he does.
Yeah, brilliant.
So, wow. I mean, again, Curtis. I really thought he had it when he coming out the bus stop chicane, because I don't know if he made a mistake.
He made a mistake coming out of the bus stop.
I think Curtis had every impetus in the world to switch to the inside early. They didn't. Chose to hang it higher on the outside. And there's always obvious.
Then Broster in just quick as a flash got past Curtis, and then look at the momentum he had. He was so far back. I don't know. Oh, Chobot made a mistake. That explains it.
Second mistake in just 3 corners. He's really struggling.
And that's why Broster was able to catch up and overtake him there.
Well, I guess Broster did Curtis a favor after all. Aside from the whole passing him thing. He also passed Chobot and knocked him out of the points.
Yeah, so at the moment, again, Curtis will lead with 92, Patel 86. I mean, very close between 3rd and 6th. Just 4 points at the moment.
Here goes Curtis!
No, nowhere close, but just 4 points would separate 3rd from 6th at the moment.
Go. And Quintino is raging behind Henry Watson. What might have been? He might have won this race.
Because Vettel clear. I mean, the gap's gone up a little bit now to 8.7, but yeah.
Let's watch the round down towards Camel Straight, because he might be able to get him.
I mean, Min is about 2.6 behind Zorbat, so I don't think he's going to be quite close enough.
No. So normally he's killing him to Andreoli. He's 2.3 down. But that's a little much.
And again, the battle's still going on as. Does someone go wide there?
Yeah, Wallinger tried to hang it around the outside, but it was always a long shot. Curtis still stuck behind Chobot. Their fight doesn't even matter anymore because the points are off the table now.
Roster's getting away.
Yes, he is.
So Skiller now trying to get past Perrin in for 14th. Good, Quintino is close once again. And he's going to have one more lap to overtake Watzel if he wants to get second place.
What might have been. Not just for Quintino, but for Farina as well. Because right before Farina caught onto the back of Watzel, he gained 7 tenths on Patel in a single sector. So, he might have been catching at him massively by his own teammate to ruin his chances. The result, Farina's not even going to end up on the podium.
So Curtis trying to get past Chobot again, but Chobot
has gone massively wide. Watch out here.
Oh, and yep, he's gone off, and oh my word! I thought he was going to go into the side of Curtis there. I really thought with the way his car looked.
He went off the track by himself there. Look, he just turned left. What the hell?
Oh,
but he was able to save.
He's very lucky not to go into Curtis there.
Would that have counted as an unsafe rejoin penalty? If he did cause a crash?
Yes.
I wonder. All right.
And Quintino is right behind. He's going to have a go, surely. Oh, there's contact, but it's not enough.
No. Last lap for the race leader. And Quintino is going to try to capitalize. Watzel's had a bad exit.
In the slipstream.
Quintino's exit was bad as well.
In the slipstream, but Watzel defends, so yeah.
Curtis overtook Chobot, meanwhile. He got him at the bout stop.
No, you overtook him after you made the mistake. You made the mistake, remember? You just saw the replay.
Oh, yeah. Right.
But is Quintino close enough? I'm not sure if he's quite close enough in the slipstream, or is he?
He's gaining.
He might. I think he might catch him at the end, but I don't think he's. Is he going to catch him? That could be close. I think Quintino. No, he's not close enough.
He's going to have to make it work in the Puanar at the bus stop. It's a long shot either way. Ferdinand slowed down meanwhile to keep Skillen behind. And Skillen, he's just second away from his own teammates, so he's made a decent recovery. Ignoring the fact he wiped out 2 people.
Yeah. Sinanome actually is quite close behind Andreoli. I don't know if he's going to have enough to overtake him though.
No, he's out of time.
But he's actually, again, he's had a very good race. He was probably one of the biggest gainers in the pit stops.
Absolutely, yeah. Meanwhile, the race leader is about to enter the final sector, and a lot of things could have gone wrong today for him, but somehow nothing's gone wrong. And Rahul Patel has just got to brave it out for one last sector and hope nothing goes wrong. And he is going to win. It looked shaky after that stop because it seemed Farina and Quintino much faster than him, but Watzel played an incredible defensive role going against his own team. And the result of this, Rahul Patel benefited from this. And he thought he was never going to win a race. Well, looks like he just about might.
So you better go crazy in the chat. You better go crazy in the chat, Patel. Come on.
Happiness because Rahul Patel is a GP2 race winner. He wins the Belgian Grand Prix. And oh my goodness, he's actually won.
Rahul Patel, you are a race winner. Congratulations.
Watzel fell down to second. And Quintino and Farina are fuming because of Henry Watzel, especially Farina. His teammate ruined his chance at the race win and even at the podium. Nicholas Zorback, a very, very versatile driver, the German. He'll take P5, and he's holding off on Nguyen. He overtook him on track after he got jumped by him. So Zorback, great drive. And Nguyen, very solid comeback, gets some good points. He gets himself back in the championship hunt properly. And Jolie just about holds off Sinanome, so Sinanome really got the shot to overtake him, though, but he ended up close. Suto finishes P9 with a solid comeback. He started in 20th, don't forget. And Waldinger's favorite Sumi, just for Exuto, finishes P9. Alex Broster will take the last point in P10. He denies Curtis.
Indeed, here comes Coast Line. Now here comes
Looks like
Curtis.
Wallinger. Showboat might be close after all, but Showboat holds on for P12. Wallinger tries to pass him after the flag, but it doesn't matter anymore. Tomaselli P17, unlucky for him, and Graf P18. That is the end of the race, and Rahul Patel has just shithoused his way to a race victory.
Yep, and he's now second in the championship. He is. You won't want to hear this. You won't want to hear this, Patel. You are a title contender.
Oh my goodness me, this is the greatest timeline.
So, yep, congratulations. Yeah, I mean, he deserved it. I mean, he took it from the lead and he never looked back. I mean, slight hiccup after the stop, I guess you could say, but he had it under control.
I guess so, yeah. And he led the entire race pretty much, except for the pit stop stages. But it looked a little bit scary at some point. But he was able to hold on for the win. And has the game crashed on us again?
No, I can see
it
my.
hasn't. It hasn't. And oh my goodness, what are you messaging me about? I wonder. Do you want to do an interview? I wonder, is that the message? Well, I need to wait for it to load first. But until it loads, here we have the results. It's Rahul Patel who's won this race by 9 seconds in front of his new god, Henry Watzel. Gabriel Quintino is in P3. Not God, sorry, Guardian Angel. Henry Watzel, yeah. Gabriel Quintino is in third. He takes another podium. Second in a row for Quintino, I think. Second podium in a row. Luca Farina, I think he'll be absolutely fuming after that. I think he knows he might have had a shot to win this, but he finishes P4. Nicholas Zorbach is in P5. He'll be very satisfied with that. Get some good points on the board. So does Juan Nguyen, P6 for the Vietnamese driver. Great job for him. He finally closed the gap to Curtis. Quite substantially. 8 points is nothing to scoff at, especially in a title fight this close. Santino Androli takes P7 in front of Hento Sinonome. It was very close in the end, but Sinonome just needed one more lap, I guess. Just Frank Suter with a great comeback drive to finish P9, and Alex Broster in the points. He's taken P10. Aaron Curtis, unfortunately for him, the championship leader, P11, and the first one not to get a point.
For the rest of the order, obviously Adam Chobot, who was second in the championship, and he now is down the order a little bit. Down in 12th, Vince Valdinger had a good second half of the race, getting closest to point to 30. Jesus Perrinin was kind of just nearish the back, kind of in the middle of nowhere. Skillen, of course, had a good chance of some points, but he was the one who caused the first big crash at the bus stop. And Kulisek, who still is last in the championship, but at least he didn't finish last in this race. Tomaselli in 17th position. Again, just not very quick all day. And Graf, yeah, just a total race to forget from him, with, of course, the retirements being Usman Hamid, Watterson, who obviously collided with each other, with Watterson trying to make the move on the inside, didn't work. And, of course, Kyle Burns and Protsiuk unfortunately got skillened.
Yeah, unfortunately is the correct word there. Now then, let's look at who got the fastest lap. I believe it was Quintino, but we have to double check because the fastest lap points are important. It
Yeah,
was.
it was. And Vettel just behind in second as well.
Watzel and Farina, the top 5 actually in the race, were also top 5 in the fastest laps. They're not in the same order. And now, in the honor of Rahul Patel, I wish we could play the Sigolian national anthem, but that thing doesn't exist. So I guess we have to play the Indian national anthem. All right, thank you guys. And I've never heard this anthem before, so nice change of scenery, I guess. But in any case, I want to ask you guys, who do you think is your driver of the day? And if you want my honest opinion, I'm actually gonna give it to Juan Nguyen because solely because of that movie made of Andreoli. That was balls to the wall. My goodness, that was incredible. What do you think, guys?
I mean, I suppose that you could give it to. I'd probably give it to. I mean, I'd give it to Patel. I mean, Patel is, I suppose the obvious would be the obvious driver of the day. But, so I'll give it to him, closely followed by Watzel for somehow managing to get second in that race. But I believe we now have Ra in the chat. So Ra, are you there?
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm here.
it
So well,
George, every single time looks like we have to interview Rahul. I don't mind that he's a great friend of mine, but my issue is nobody else ever wants to do post race interviews with us, which is sad. But anyway, Rahul, how do you feel after that race? First win.
Emotional, to be honest. I never thought I can do it. I can be very optimistic. I barely win races, as you saw previous races. One time, final lap in DTM where George commentated, as he would remember if he doesn't have a memory of a goldfish.
which I do.
Yeah,
Goldfish.
yep, a collision happened, didn't win, but yeah, had chances, but this is finally it. Got it, and I can't be any more happier than this.
Well, I mean, yeah, as I said, I mean, now will you finally start being an stop being a pessimistic now? Will you stop being pessimistic from now on? You were still in the chat. I mean, you had it under control. I mean, I think if Quintino had got past and not made what he had got past and didn't make that mistake, he could have closed up. But I still think you would have won comfortably. And also, how did it also feel to hear the national anthem?
It's pretty much a proud moment representing this country, to be honest. And I'm pretty happy I did this in style. First full time season running the Indian nationality, and here I am winning.
Well, yeah, I want to ask you about how did you feel in that second stint when you were being told on team radio that Farina and Quintino were catching? Were you afraid they were gonna close up to you?
Um, Pretty much no. I just kept my head down and see how long would they take to pass Rotso, and it did take Quintino a lot enough time to get past Rotso, but unfortunately it was pretty much too late because Farina was really stuck behind his teammate and
Yeah,
really cost him. And as you saw in Silverstone before, when I had this situation, Farina faced this situation with his teammate. So that's
yeah,
why I
true.
won this
That's
race.
true.
Pretty
I
much the
now,
roles reversed.
yeah,
Sorry to
indeed. So,
interrupt.
well, I might not be an FBI agent, but I have to ask you, how much did you pay Watzel?
100 grand.
All right, that's quite a lot of money. But yeah, Henry Watson has finished second. I think he'll be very happy with this one too. I think it's his first podium of the season, if I'm not mistaken. But in any case, now how do you feel to be actually in championship contention? I think he moved up to second, but it's a very close pack. Jesus is in the fight as well. Don't forget.
Yeah, me and Azo's doing a great job. I mean, obviously, I had a great start last season and then fell back during the end of the season, during the second half of the season, and then this season started slow, but with some seventh places, which I was taking as wins. But yeah, when my form picked up, I think I slowly believed I can be in the championship hunt, but now I've won this race, I think I can be in the championship hunt. But you never know. We only have 4 rounds to go. Anything can happen. I mean, Monza, it's an unpredictable track. Anything can happen. You never know what you're gonna get.
And then you don't know the two tracks after that.
Yes, but
But
I
Flo,
know
who's
how
your
to vote.
driver of the day?
Rahul.
Okay. Well, Rahul, I have one more question to ask you. Who
Yeah.
should get the race interview next time?
We need to give it to the graph remover next time.
It's always
He needs
just
to be
like
in the top
just like
10.
in top class practice last season. It's always you two.
I
Maybe,
mean, is there
maybe,
anything else I could suggest?
maybe we should get
Yes.
like Luca Farina maybe in here.
Yeah, Farina would be a
Maybe.
good option. It depends if he wants to. So yeah.
Well, in any case, that's the end of the race. And I will check the championship standings real quick to see what we've got. Just a second. Where are you, damn standings? Okay, yeah, here you are. So it's Curtis on 92 points, Patel on 86, and Gwen on 80. Chobot also on 80, but Gwen is in front because he's actually won some races. Pratsuk is in on 77, Farina on 76, Perignon on 71, and Quintino on 57, I believe. So that is the top 8. It's looking extremely close. The top 7, all within 21 points. So one win away, and the entire thing could change around. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
It could easily, anything could, as there's anything can happen. There's still 4 rounds to go, and I'm very much looking forward to the next one in Italy, in Monza.
Yeah, indeed. Meanwhile, one thing we forgot to touch on, the team news, of course, for the top class. Evan Byrne got retained, Ron Watcher got retained, nothing else to say really. But yeah, that's been it from us, guys. Don't forget to stick around tomorrow for the GP4 OC race, which will not be live commentated, of course. We'll see you again with GP2 next week at Monza, which should be a very entertaining affair. But until then, that's been it from today. And my god, I can't believe this race. See you guys.
See you later.
Bye. Bye bye.